Hey, this is Christine of Christine Springer Coaching, and I'm here today to talk about how do you get out of physical burnout. So this topic came up between a friend of mine and I last week. This friend of mine is a successful entrepreneur, and she just worked her tail off all summer. And she said, I knew this pace was not sustainable, but she just felt like she had no choice, and she kept going and kept going. And she could tell her body was getting more tired, but she just kept pushing on until last week when she had the onset of some pretty significant back pain, as well as just unrelenting fatigue, like hard to get out of bed, hard to put one foot in front of the other. And as we talked, I could tell that she felt both sad that she had gotten to that point and that she had kind of pushed herself so hard. She also, I think, felt mad that of like, why do I have to deal with this? Why is my body getting in the way of me working? And this is something I talk a lot about with my clients because your body is the signal light that's going to tell you when you've reached the point where you've done too much. And the symptoms of too much are going to show up as fatigue. They might show up as physical pain. You may experience low motivation. You just feel empty and done. And your body in this situation is your signal light. It's telling you that something needs to change. And I think of your body kind of like the gas gauge in your car. It's saying, hey, you're on empty, like you need to recharge. And doing regular self-care and recharging is incredibly important for entrepreneurs because you are the engine of your business. And so if you are not taking regular breaks and paying attention to the signals that your body is sending you, then you're going to end up, and the reason a lot of us don't do that is because we think, oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time. I've got other things to do. And I'll tell you, my friend who pushed herself all summer, and didn't feel like she had time to take breaks, man, she really doesn't feel like she has time to take like a week off and deal with back pain and this, significant fatigue that she has. So what I want to share with you today is the process that I shared with her of how do you get out of it? How do you start recovering from physical burnout? And the first step is to sit down with a piece of paper or journal and ask your body, what do you want? And you may think this is kind of weird, but you'll likely, there'll be a thought that'll come up. It might be, I just want to take a nap. It might be, I want to watch a movie. There'll be something that comes up. And if nothing comes up, then, if your mind's totally blank, then ask yourself, what feels kind of good? When I think about it, what might feel kind of good, but I might feel a little guilty about doing? Because that guilt is often a signal that it's something that our brain has labeled as indulgent, but it's probably the right thing for you. So step number 2 is to do whatever step number 1 told you to do, whatever your body told you to do in step number 1. And then step number 3 is to pay attention to how you feel in your body. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel a little more energized? Because if you do, you're on the right track. Things that are restorative for your body are always going to make you feel a little lighter, a little more energized, a little happier. So you can use these 3 steps of asking your body, what does it want? Step 2 is doing that. And then 3, paying attention to how you feel after you do it. You continue going through that cycle to recover from physical burnout. And I'll tell you, it's so much easier to recover from it if you use this process before you totally crash and burn, before you run out of gas. But I hope these tips have been helpful to you today, and I'll talk with you again soon.